Peace and blessings, everyone. This is Naseed Gifted coming to you live from PBS Media Studios. And today we got a very important topic for you. Today, we're going to talk about the power, not only this, but the power of meditation and the benefits of that. But before we get started, I got to play a quick song for you. So
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
And there you go. God bless you. We're going to start off our show with the power of meditation. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Naseed Gifted. I'm an educator, engineer, writer of an Afrofuturism sci-fi series called P.B.Soldier. And I am ecstatic to be here today. We're going to talk about the power of meditation. We're talking about finding balance, overcoming the whirlwind. When we talk about overcoming the whirlwind, that is something that we need to be able to do, especially during these traumatic times. I was just reading an article called Rest as Reparations. This was in the New York Times, June 28th, 2020, if you want to check the facts. And it talks about how Black people have endured hardship and inconceivable loss and incalculable trauma since the 1619, when the first Africans were brought to the Americas. This includes Jim Crow, mass incarceration, and police brutality, something that we're talking about each and every day. So there is trauma that's affecting our community that we need to be able to talk about. You know, the direct experiences of this trauma can result in, according to Dr. Andrea Roberts, who's a senior research scientist at Harvard, T.H. Chan School of Public Health, those things are depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, body tension, and chronic fatigue. So when you know that you are stressing, you are experiencing trauma, these are the symptoms that you are going to experience each and every day. And trauma physically manifests itself into increased hormone reactions to stimulate bodies becoming frozen. And Dr. Basil van der Kolk, the author of The Body Keeps the Score, talks about life expectancy. Life expectancy is shorter and immune systems get altered by trauma. This is what the research is saying, that trauma is affecting our bodies. And more research is needed on intergenerational trauma, the trauma that's passed from generation to generation to generation. However, more established behaviors can be passed down, affecting the children of the people who are suffering abuse. So if not only yourself has been suffering this abuse or trauma, your children will be affected by it as well. So however, more established behaviors can be passed down by affecting children who are affected by who have suffered abuse. And then the killing of unarmed Black people was reawakening old wounds. And when we talk about the 100 years of lynching, all of those things, that's reawakening old wounds, and it don't allow them to put them to rest. That's Dr. Kirkland Barnes, who's the clinical psychologist at Delphi University. So these are definitely things that we are dealing with as a community. We talk about past trauma, we talk about generational trauma, and the current trauma are all compounded when Black people are still dealing with the hardships put on them by systems. We talk about systems, that's education, we talk about health, we talk about the criminal justice system that were not built to serve them, but while we're still seeking basic rights and recognition at protests in every state and country, this article speaks to that, and the way to be able to address all of this trauma, all of these things that are affecting our body, is we talk about self-care. We talk about meditation, we talk about yoga, we talk about breathing. That breath work are the rest are a few steps that can be taken to release the trauma from your body, because that's when you get those knots in your shoulders because of the added stress, the trauma that you're experiencing each and every day because of these things that we're talking about. You know, accelerated breath work, which is, or a fast, deep diaphragm breathing creates a lot of energy and heat in the body. So we talk about what they say fire breaths. So that's breathing in real fast and doing that for a minute helps relieve the stress. I meditate each and every day, at least 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes a day. So you gotta do that because you gotta find balance. You know, with this whole COVID-19 pandemic, with all of the things that's going on around the country, around the world, that's affecting the Black community, you need to make sure that you take some of this stress off. And meditation is a way to refocus your energy and take a lot of the trauma and stress off of your body. You know, the power of rest. A lot of people don't know that we have a lot of stress, trauma, because we don't get enough rest. Where our mind, you know, and I admit that I am a victim of this. Your mind is constantly on, thinking, worrying, doing all of these different things. But you got to be able to refocus and be able to get enough rest, you know, so you can deal with the stress, the trauma that's affecting your body each and every day. You know, we don't want individuals to die early. That's why we're talking about this, the power of meditation. I want to go through a few breathing exercises with you. There is a couple of things. I talked about the fire breaths real quick, but I want to talk about the nostrils. So we talk about the left nostril. You breathe in the left nostril, and then out the right nostril. And you can do this exercise for 1 minute. 1 minute. Then of course you breathe in through the right nostril and then out through the left nostril. That is another way to be able to help focus, recenter your energy. This is all about balance. We got to get balance within our lives, within ourselves. And it starts from within. We take the trauma, we take the stress off our bodies by doing these things. And then meditating, you know, establishing a quiet space, 5 minutes, if you want to start there, but also being able to refocus your energies, being able to write down and focus your energies for the day. That's what balance is all about. That's what it's all about, you know, and that's how we overcome the whirlwind. You know, the power of rest is slowing down, and lying down is another way to cope with trauma. A good night's sleep, a good night's sleep. Now, we're not talking about sleeping 12 hours, not sleeping 13 hours. We're talking about just about 6 to 7 hours of rest. I know some of you are experiencing 2 to 3 hours, and you know, and then wondering why you can't focus. You know, you're experiencing a lot of other things that's going on. You need to be able to get a proper amount of rest to be able to deal with a few things. You know, so how do we deal with the stress? These are the 3 things to deal with stress. You got to get enough sleep. You know, you got to get enough sleep. You got to establish at least 5 minutes of quiet time where you can meditate and focus on the day. And then those breathing exercises, the left nostril, the right nostril, in and out of both nostrils, and then fire breaths for 1 minute. Each one of those exercises for 1 minute. Where you breathing in, expanding your diaphragm, and then releasing out. So those are things that you need to be able to do. And when you are looking to do that, it's talking about refocusing your energy, being able to conquer the day. And when you conquer the day, these are things that you're able to do. So you want to write down, and this is some other things when we talk about focus, you know, getting your energy and everything balanced. You want to write down the 3 most important things that you want to accomplish for the day. 3 things. There is probably a million things that you need to do for the day, but I want you to focus in on 3, just 3 things that you want to get accomplished for the day to say that you had a very productive day. Write it down, That comes from what we call the Checklist Manifesto. Checklist Manifesto is a great read, but it talks about how you can organize your life. And then there is another book that I want to kind of talk to you about focusing your energy and setting goals and being able to push forward. That is Think and Grow Rich by a Black Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimball. That's Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimball. And then also I have the 4-Hour Work Week. These are books that help me focus my energies, be able to set goals and work to achieve them. I hope well, first of all, if you like this content, please share it with a friend. Let us know where you're tuning in from. This has been a great experience. I thank you all for tuning in. Tune in next week, next Wednesday, 7 p.m. We're going to have another vlog for you, something super powerful. I definitely appreciate all of you for tuning in today. Looking forward to seeing you next week. We're going to keep doing it. This is Naseed Gifted signing out, and I want you to do 2 things. Remain focused and always resist. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe to P.B.Soldier.